everyone, welcome to Pal to Tech and to Fast Friday. Let's start with the #1 most common question that I get. Where did my menu items go? Some of them are grayed out. They've disappeared. I don't have them working on my camera. For example, in AFMF section of the menu, notice that face eye detection setting is grayed out. The reason it's grayed out and the reason that a lot of the options in your camera menu would be grayed out would be if this focus mode dial is set to manual. Do you see that? Watch, I'm gonna go ahead and take it out of manual. Look, it reappeared just like that. Put it in manual mode, take it out of manual mode. Put it in manual mode, take it out of manual mode. No, your camera is not broken. You have the correct firmware. There's nothing wrong. It's just that your dial right here, your focus mode dial, is in M, and you need to move it into C or S mode. That's it. Try that out. #2 question that I get asked all the time. Why is it that some of my dynamic range options are missing? If you go into the IQ section and scroll down to where it says dynamic range, look at this, 200% and 400% are missing. What happened to them? Where did they go? So here's how it works. In order to set the camera's dynamic range to 200%, the minimum ISO value must be at least 320. And to set the dynamic range at 400%, the minimum ISO value must be 640. Notice how it's only at 100% here. Watch what happens when I turn the ISO dial. Turning it up. There it appeared because I've reached my minimum ISO threshold. Look, keep turning it up. Look, it appeared. So make sure that you are setting your ISO to those minimum values. And the reason for this is that for the dynamic range functionality to work, your camera is actually recording the raw data at 1 or 2 stops darker and then pushes the JPEG back up 1 or 2 stops brighter, but only in the shadows and the midtone regions, and it leaves the highlights alone. Also, this minimum ISO value with dynamic range, it also affects movie mode when shooting video. Another question I constantly get asked: why can't I set a lower ISO value in video? It's stuck at 640 or it's stuck at 1000. In video mode, there is an area where you can choose to shoot in either F-Log or hybrid log gamma recording modes. If you go ahead and you do that, so right now I'm gonna set it to F-Log. Okay, now I'm in F-Log. Now, check this out. I'm gonna try and lower down the ISO. It goes to, it's 640 turns yellow. Look at that. I can't go below 640. No matter how long I sit here and I turn and twiddle this knob, I cannot go below 640. And that is because to shoot F-Log, you must have a minimum ISO of 640. And that same issue also applies to hybrid log gamma. The minimum ISO is 1000. See, right now I'm at ISO 1250. If I start to turn the knob, there's 1000. I keep turning it up, can't go below 1000. Same issue. That's the reason for it. #4, why are my audio levels missing from my screen when I'm trying to record video? This is more of an oversight by Fuji and a problem and something I really hope Fuji fixes, or at least changes, I should say, in a firmware update. Here's what happens. When shooting movies, normally you can see the audio levels right here. There they are, see? However, if you go into your menu and you go into screen setup, and you scroll down and you turn on large indicators mode, look at that. They disappeared. For some crazy reason, you cannot see your audio levels in your LCD screen if you are in large indicators mode. Okay, #5. Let's say you decide to go out one day and get an awesome fisheye 12mm Rokinon manual lens, right? It has no contact points, you see that? There is no connection that it makes to the camera. Doesn't talk to the camera, so Fuji thinks it's a third-party lens, right? You get ready to take a photo, you press down on the button. What? Nothing's happening. No error message, no warning, no notice, nothing. Zero. Camera must be broken. No. You gotta go into the menu, you go into the little wrench, you go into button dial setting, scroll down, shoot without lens, turn that thing on. Now Now, you don't have to worry about that with all third-party lenses, just the ones that do not connect to electronically and talk to the Fujifilm camera. So for example, the Viltrox lenses work great. By the way, I know of a pretty good review of the latest one. Also, you could have a third-party lens with a special adapter, right? So suppose you have this Sigma art lens right here. You have the back of it, right? You go and you get this adapter to make this mount work on Fuji. Okay, now you see that? So now even if the camera is set to shoot without lenses off, let's say that's off, right? And I put this on, because I have this adapter, it is still communicating electronically to the camera. I can still focus and take a picture. I really do hope that some of these answers have been helpful to you, because I gotta tell you, I'm really having trouble keeping up with the comments and the emails and the questions. I'm not complaining. This is a good problem to have, but I feel bad because some people, you know, I'll get an email, let's say, from someone, and it's got paragraph after paragraph after paragraph of questions and comments and links to stuff and all that. And it's just, there's only so many seconds in the day. But where I draw the line and where I have to stop answering all of the questions is if it cuts into time with my kids or my family. That I have to draw the line there. I don't feel bad about that at all. But understand, if I don't respond either right away or in some cases ever, I definitely read them all. I just can't possibly answer every single one. It is a team of one here right now, right? Okay, so I can't, it's just, there's lots of stuff to do. Anyway, that's all for today. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please be sure to give it the like and subscribe. Happy Fast Friday and have a great weekend. Of course, I'll see you next week. Take care.